Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back to another recording of Goodbye Deponia, the third game in the trilogy as it was released. Although, honestly, I'm kind of more feeling this game out like it's not really a trilogy as it is a game with 13 chapters that are very unbalanced, and those 13 chapters were split between 3 episodes it, which is why I call my recordings instead of episodes, because then it gets confusing whether I say when I say this is another episode, but it's actually episode 5 of a game. With any luck, we will beat the game in this recording. We're gonna have to bypass the Orgonon, get to the bridge, tell Ulysses of Arcus's treachery, and then go to Elysium with gold. Why would that even work? Ulysses wants to kill every single person uh, on Deponia, including the Organons. All Argus wants to do is save the Organons and kill everybody else. I think they could work that out. So, at the beginning of here, I'm dressed up as Cletus yet again. We're with gold, and we're stuck right next to these Organons. And they're not recognizing that we are here. Guess we could just try to walk this direction.
Yeah, I'd love to, but I can't get through.
Let's talk to Gold.
They won't let me through.
Yeah, too bad. You'd better turn back then.
We were willing to try. That's what counts.
Let's just make sure there's nothing here to click on. I don't know if the Organons would really even care at this point. Just save themselves. Who cares if one Deponian and one Elysium makes it on board? So the only thing it looks like we can do is talk to the Organons. Now Argus sounds just like me and looks like me because we found out in the last chapter, which was incredibly long. Let's just take a moment to once again point out how incredibly long chapter 12 was. So long that last recording went on for an extra 45 minutes longer than it should have, just because I kept thinking, oh, it's gotta end now, and it didn't end. So, but we learned that we are all prototypes of the Organons, and Argus was the B prototype, so how he became in charge of the Organons is a question that would be nice if they answered, but I doubt they will. So we can just talk to them and see if we can order them around.
Excuse me. Mind if I hate to interrupt, but,
They're not even paying attention.
hello?
Try this.
Attention!
Oh, bailiff on deck!
Division, halt!
Yes, sir, bailiff.
Oh, yeah, I mean, well done. Did you see that? They listened to me.
Can they fetch sticks too?
I'm not gonna try that.
Bad experience?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Well, we can get through here.
Oh, crap. More of them. Attention! Bailiff on deck! Hello? Bailiff on deck!
Yeah, we've noticed. Tell us something we don't know.
Really? Mind your manners, will you? A little more respect for our bailiff.
Right. Yep.
Darn
He's
it,
got a
Cletus.
point after all. He's the bailiff.
That's it, exactly. After all, I'm the bailiff. Remember that.
Look, we know that the bailiff is back there. We can see his little head poking out.
Oh, crap. More of them.
So we got the ding. Bypassed it. So, what is the odds that we should get some more puzzles? It would be really irritating if we didn't. But maybe we'll get to Elysium and get some puzzles there. That wouldn't be too bad either. But if this really is the end of the game, and we're just gonna go through like 4 scenes and 6 cutscenes, it's gonna be a disappointing chapter. So do we go down or do we go up? Let's go down. There's a hatch here, some organons. Does this ever stop, or is this an endless thing? Stop.
And is this the right floor, bailiff? You should know that, being a bailiff and all. Ah.
Of course.
Of course. Of course. Are you completely sure about that? Of course I'm sure. I'm the bailiff. I'm always sure. Good to know. Time to disembark, everyone. The bailiff says we're here. Now, let me guess. Oh, Cletus? No. Argus. You guessed it. And you must be Rufus. Some nerve you've got coming here. Foolhardy and stupid. As always. Or don't you realize that I will now have to break every single one of your bones? Wait! Can't we come up with a more peaceful solution? I don't think so. The time for amicable agreements has expired. I've been looking forward to this day. Put 'em up. Oh. Now, what's the purpose of this?
So, we're having the problem of the audio not being balanced very well again. And now we have to bypass Argus. Let's see. So we come up now.
Come here and fight like a man. Just you wait.
Pedal.
Ow. Hey!
And then up we
What do you
go.
think you're doing? Face it, it's no use.
Let's go down.
Did you really believe your little games could save you? Just give up.
This seems like it's just...
Ow. Hey! What have we here? A throttle valve to adjust the elevator's speed.
There we go.
Ow! Oh.
Alright, here we go. Up. And down.
Cut it out.
Okay, that doesn't work. Let's see. Hit the pedal. And then go down. That gets him up, and now when we stop, it should have him fall. Well, geez, that worked a lot better than I thought it would. He fell through the middle. I thought he was gonna fall on the trapdoor itself and just get gravely injured.
Bailiff, at last. The team is waiting impatiently.
Waiting?
For your speech, of course. And allow me to add that I am no less excited myself. Your speeches are always so inspiring, so eloquent, You play the crowd like a virtuoso plays his piano. And if I may say so, a less charismatic orator would literally be torn to pieces by such an audience.
He would.
Oh, certainly, but your words are like magic, inimitable. But here I am, just raving on. You should get started before the crowd grows even more agitated.
Yes, nobody wants that.
Electrifier, work your magic.
Something about magic here.
I think,
Gentlemen, we are about to be addressed by our great role model, our leader, our mentor, our idol, Bailiff Argus, who just a moment ago personally assured me that the speech he's about to deliver will inflame your hearts for our common cause. And now, stand to attention! You are now being addressed by Bailiff Argus!
he knew it, and he just let me walk into it.
What an ass!
Yes, wasn't... Well, I mean, that ass... I don't know. What I'm trying to say is... ass...
Alright. Doesn't seem like we can click on anything. So we've got to pick the right things. Who is standing right in front of you, right here by my side, up on the bridge. We need to get everybody against Ulysses, who's on the bridge, I guess.
Up on the bridge!
It is a fine example to our organization. It's certainly not the only one. Only one of 11,000 ounces of what this is. It's funny because there's like a butt thing here too.
Is only one of the 11,000 asses aboard this ship.
We are all...
We are all asses. That's how we were constructed. That is our destiny. I know. Why is it so much tension? Well, this is why.
Just look at our logo. Let's just see if we can go to the menu here. No, I can't even hit escape to go to the menu to turn down the volume. It's so annoying. So annoying. The interface in this game. So we'll just go look at our logo.
Just look at our logo. Looks like somebody put their butt on the photocopier during an office party. And now the result is proudly displayed on our banner. The print of a gigantic, flabby arse. So why be surprised when they treat us like arses?
I could name you 1,000 more examples. Just look around. I think just to look around, just to look at you. I think 1,000 more examples would be the right thing to do. Keep them standing and make them tired.
I could name you 1,000 more examples. The fact is, we're the asses here. But is that something to be ashamed of? I say no! I, for my part, am proud of what I am. I am an ass! And you're all asses too! It's time to show the world what's inside us.
Very inspiring, like always.
Great. Then I can go now. Which way to the bridge?
But, what about the hymn?
The hymn?
Exactly. Following each of your speeches, you lead us in our hymn. You can't have forgotten.
Yes. The hymn.
Almost thought I got away with it.
Orga non. Orga non.
Frank, well, what a lame audience. Frankly, Rufus' amazing singing voice is wasted on these people. But anyway, you should give them a hand and click the lines of the staff to alter the pitch, the notes until the melody comes out properly.
Orga non. 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 Orga non.
I guess the red light here means they're all wrong.
Orga non. Orga non. Orga non. Orga non. Orga non. Orga non.
Seems like they respond with hearts.
Orga non. 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 Orga non.
I guess I'm getting this done right.
Orga non. Orga non. Orga non. Orga non.
It goes in loops. This hymn is too long, I think.
Orga non.
It's hard to react to this.
Orga non. Orga non. Orga non.
It's just this middle section now.
Orga non.
These three notes.
Orga non. Orga non. Orga non. Orga non. Orga non.
I think I got it.
Orga non.
Because my mouse disappeared.
Orga non. Orga non.
sit here and listen to this. It's not a terrible song for the music. Yeah, it's not bad. I wish my channel had a song like this. I need to think of something like this. That'd be a good commercial intro thing. I don't think my channel probably deserves a song this big and impactful. Full orchestra intro. Alright, I think that's enough. We'll go up.
Ah, Cletus, there you are. There's your mysterious companion. I had hoped you would introduce me to the person who caused us so much trouble.
Don't worry, she's on board. You should be more worried about the others who are also on board. Your precious bailiff Argus has moved the entire Organon to this high boat.
What? That can't be true. Where is that traitor?
You know, I've got good news and bad news regarding him. The bad news is someone's got to clean the floor of the elevator shaft. I don't think that will be necessary.
Argus, I don't believe it. You are trying to deceive me to bring the Organon to Elysium behind my back.
Yeah, but he didn't reckon with me. Oh, me.
What's going on here? Who is that?
I'm the real Cletus. He's just an imposter, which, strictly speaking, makes no difference. Plus or minus 2 zeros. My calculation turned out just right. This high boat is now under my control.
Not as long as I can prevent it.
Stop that!
This high boat is no longer bound for Elysium.
What? What? What?
I'm certainly not going to jeopardize the Utopian project by taking an invading army to Elysium. I'm initializing the destruction of Deponia. Right now, Elysium will have to start on its journey a little sooner than expected.
Stop! Ulysses! You fool! This is madness!
My decision stands. Don't try to stop me.
But
what?
Ding! Doesn't help. What about Deponians? Yeah, we're trying to save the Deponians, right? Are we? Really? Is that really what Rufus is doing? I don't even trust Rufus, and I'm playing as him. That's kind of the problem with this game and why I would never want to play as Rufus again. He's too selfish. He's not learned anything in this game at all. I don't trust him even at the end of the game that he's really trying to save the Deponians and not just save himself. But we'll go down that path and at least try to pretend like we care about the Deponians. I don't even really know why we would, but okay, let's say we do.
But what about the Deponians? When you detonate Deponia, what will become of them?
Enough energy to catapult Elysium towards the nearest inhabitable planet, I hope.
Have you no conscience?
Oh, I do, most certainly. But it is necessary. And you are not going to change my mind.
But what about the Organon?
What about it? The Organon was destined to be blown up all along.
I forgot. But
what about you?
But what about you? You're gonna die as well.
True, but this is a sacrifice I'm willing to make. With all the suffering I have caused, I don't deserve better.
Ha! So you've got a conscience after all. You don't have to do this.
Oh yes, I do.
But
what about me? We might as well ask it. It's gonna stay here.
But what about me? I don't want to die.
I know. You're the third prototype, aren't you? Yes. tragic fate of the Alpha generation has always fascinated me. That's why I took Argus under my wing back then. You may think you aren't one of them, but actually, it has always been your destiny to die, just like the rest of the Organon. And the fact that you don't want to die is simply due to a flaw in your design.
But
Interesting. So we now know how Argus got to be the bailiff, as Ulysses knew all along he was a prototype.
why would you want to sacrifice yourself for the Elysians? Who or what is forcing you? I mean, Deponia may be no paradise, but it's possible to live there, and many people do. And not everyone down there was as unhappy as me.
I know the life down at the surface. I spent a long time there myself. Like a rat amongst the garbage. That isn't a dignified life. Not for
a bunch of stuck-up swellheads?
Hey! If you really want to know, this is about my daughter. She lives on Elysium. I want a better life for her. On Utopia.
Oh no, let's go.
For you, go.
No, you old fool! What have you done?
What do you think? In a few minutes, a radio signal will be emitted from this high boat. It will activate all the blast towers around the planet. Deponia will be destroyed, and Elysium can finally set out on its journey to Utopia. I saved my daughter. That's what I have done.
I'm
No.
afraid I have to contradict you, Dad.
Go? What? What? How?
Has she been playing us the whole time?
Cletus, I knew you would never permit it. That's why I didn't tell you.
The girl we were looking for was you, the one who took pity on these junkyard dwellers and sabotaged our plans? This was about you the entire time?
Can't we celebrate this family reunion some other time? Deponia may blow up any minute now. Including us and your precious daughter. Exactly. What are you waiting for, Ulysses? Abort the detonation!
But that's impossible.
Can't we stop it somehow?
The only way would be to destroy the antenna before the signal has sent.
The transmitting antenna. Of course.
But the transmitter is on top of the upper deck. It would be a suicide mission. Who would be crazy enough to try?
I'm
Me?
So am I. And I.
Well then, what are you waiting for?
I'm coming too.
You're staying here, Missy. You and I are going to have a serious talk.
So I'm glad we at least are gonna have some kind of puzzle here, besides the speech puzzle, but yeah, it doesn't look like much, does it? Seems like we're just gonna destroy the transmitter. Look at the cable.
Good thing I don't suffer from vertigo or any other sign of the zodiac.
Get to the transmitter. Let's take the antenna.
Oops. Why does that always happen to me with antennas?
And use it with the
Here
cable.
we go. Haven't got all day, you know. Whoa! That was fun. Fun? You moron! You almost killed us! Oh, I've heard that so many times before, but never actually, you have killed us, and that makes all the difference. That's quite enough. I've had it with you. You will hold yourself back from now on. Leave the rest to us. So, how shall we proceed? You could jump. It's much too far. Or perhaps you could stop the rotor. Oh, don't be such a Rufus. The rotors are keeping the high boat upright. Even if we could block it, the high boat would capsize. That would be the end of us.
So we have 3 things. We should just give it, the antenna, to Argus.
You know, we could... Shut up.
Gotta convince them to work together.
You know, we could... Shut up. You know, we could... Shut up.
Alright, so they're not gonna listen. Fine, throw the antenna at the transmitter.
Step aside. I've got a plan. Stop! Don't! I hit it! And who's the idiot now?
You, of course. Same as always.
Huh?
Why? Just look. The transmitter fell into the rotor, and it keeps blinking like nothing happened. Oh, damn. It's still active. How are we going to reach it now?
Get the transmitter. Well,
That ought to have worked, but I always manage to break things.
what if we flip everything upside down?
There's a catwalk down there.
I can see that.
Any chance we could get there by jumping?
Down there? Just how stupid are you? Answer his question, Cletus.
Excuse me?
You're the inspector here, aren't you? Then let's hear your assessment of the situation. What are the odds? Taking into account the rotation speed and the radius, the odds that we'd survive without being shredded by the rotor are about 1 in 3.
Well, 1 in 3 isn't half bad.
That depends. It roughly corresponds to your brain cells per head ratio.
Get Argus to jump, I guess.
Well, 1 in 3 isn't half bad.
If the 3 of us all jump from different positions, at least one of us could make it, but that's insane.
Have you got a better plan?
No, it's all settled then. It's all settled then. We count to 3, and then we all jump. 1, 2.
Yeah, I'm the only
What's
one.
this? Aren't you jumping? Are you?
You were gonna cheat, huh?
Not me. Nay.
I almost jumped by myself.
Do it again. Have to click it.
All right, but no cheating this time. We jump at 3. 1, 2, 3. Rufus? Rufus, wake up!
Ouch! What happened?
You made it! Bravo!
Where's Cletus?
I don't think he made it, but I'm not quite sure. It all went down very fast. Now, do you see the antenna anywhere?
I'm at it.
Can I
I
grab?
can't reach it from here.
We have a doorway here. We have this.
Oh, crap. The transmission has already started. Let's hope it's a very long one.
Rotor.
That could have gone spectacularly wrong.
Screw. Here we go. And is there another screw somewhere over here? Hole.
Somebody used screws sparingly here. Maybe they read my blog.
Another screw over here. So let's go ahead and take this one, I guess. Just gonna take the whole thing apart.
No, wait a second. If I loosen this screw, what will hold up the bridge?
Nothing.
No, wait a sec. If I loosen...
Well, maybe I'm supposed to put a screw over here in the hole. Or maybe I'm supposed to just put those screws in the rotator. Maybe I'm supposed to just... Well, there's a hole here. So let's take this one now. See if we can swing this.
No, wait a second. If I loosen...
Screw here, hole here. Put this screw here. I can barely even see these screws. Come on. Show me a better perspective than this. Take this now. And then take this one. Where are the other screws supposed to be? Come on, just throw the stupid screws at the transmitter.
I don't want to fix it. I want to destroy it. I can't reach it from here.
Maybe we talk to Argus? No, it doesn't seem like it. We have a hole here. We have 2 holes here. Seems like no holes here. We have a screw here. Well, we have 2 screws here. We can put in both these holes. And then let's take this screw and make a ladder. That kind of makes sense. We have a hole here, a hole here, and then take this screw out maybe and let it swing. We're not even getting like any feedback.
Somebody used screws sparingly here. Huh, maybe they read my blog.
I got holes down there, yeah. I see that, but how do I reach down there?
I don't want to fix it. No, wait a second. If I loosen this screw, what will hold up the bridge?
Nothing, that's the point. The whole point of this thing is that I don't want anything holding this bridge up. Screws with the
I
rotor.
can't reach it from here.
Take this screw. This is turning into a screw job, it feels like. It's just... Oh, there's another screw here. Oh, I just can't see it. Okay, that makes sense now. We got this thing swinging just fine. And now we can put this in the hole here. And we can take the transmitter.
Ha! I've got it! Do you hear me, Argus? I've got it! Very good. And now, destroy it, piece of cake.
And take the transmitter and put it up on the rotor and destroy it.
No! What are you doing?
Destroying the transmitter. What else?
You're not about to stick your hand in the rotor, are you? I knew you were an idiot, but the sheer folly of this really surmounts everything I've heard so far!
I did it! The transmitter is destroyed!
Deponia is safe! Yes, very impressive. But to make it a little more interesting, you blocked the rotor.
Then help me up so we can get the rotor running again. It would be such a bummer if the high boat were to break apart at this point. After all, we're only a stone's throw from Elysium.
Yes, that's an idea. Another idea would be to let you rot down there. I suppose it depends.
Depends on what?
Your decision. Will you help me with my coup against the Council of Elders?
Yeah, you what?
What's going on?
Something's blocking the starboard rotor.
Is that bad?
No idea. You missed Deponia.
We're about to crash? But we're almost there. I can already see the airlocks.
The airlocks, you say? But of course.
The maintenance ladders.
Perhaps I can hold our position long enough so we can evacuate. Go and gather your friends together.
And what about the organons?
Them too, of course. Now that the detonation has been cancelled, I hope that Argus will rethink his plan. I will inform the Council of Elders.
But what about you?
Go! There's no time for discussion. Go now!
I refuse to believe this. You still intend to have the Organon invade Elysium?
Why not? Where else could we go?
I will never allow that to happen.
Oh, come on, Rufus. Those soldiers down there are our brothers. We share the same genes. Basically, we're identical. Why should you be allowed to get to Elysium and not one of them? Or two, or three? Where do you draw the line? Who gets to decide that? You, perhaps?
No, but
So, what do you say?
I don't know what kind of coup he would do. Seems like we don't have a real choice here. It's either no way, forget it, and over a dead body. I imagine we're gonna end up saying over a dead body anyways.
Never. That's too bad. But it can't be helped. Somehow I knew you wouldn't cooperate. So long, Rufus. No! Stop that! You rotten bastard!
Cletus and Argus fighting. Now all three of them are on the plane.
there you are again.
Ah! It hurts! It's your own fault. Ow. You're a fine one to laugh, but now we're all in the same boat again. I think I can free myself. Don't! The rotor is only stuck because we're all in between. As soon as one of us moves, it will start running again. Then we all die. But if we continue blocking the rotor, then the high boat will crash one way or another. We're dead. Just how did we manage to end up in this stupid situation?
Don't look at me. You two messed it up this time.
What? Can't come up with a cunning plan for once?
Let me think. Nah, it's completely hopeless.
So, we can relax then.
Rufus! Cletus?
Goal!
What's happened here?
Doesn't matter.
You have to get us out of here.
Preferably before the high boat crashes.
Yes, it's a little too late for that. Dad says that all these rotor failures have damaged the engines. He's able to hold the high boat in position for now. But evacuation has already started. We've only got minutes.
Oh, great. Now everyone's getting to Elysium but me, right?
Exactly. Get me out of here. You can only save one of us before the rotor starts turning again.
No, there must be a way to get all three of you out.
No, there isn't. Come on, make a decision.
How can I decide that? I don't even know who's who.
let's do something really noble for once. If Rufus is ever gonna turn around, if he's ever gonna do anything good and not just be this maniac causing chaos and really only looking out for himself, let's just say I am Cletus.
I am Cletus. What? That's not true. I am Cletus. Nonsense. I am Cletus.
Wait a minute. Does that mean that among the three of you, only Cletus is man enough to reveal his identity? It's what I had expected from Argus, but Rufus, after all we've been through, you don't even trust me enough to show yourself?
You're right, girl. I'm sorry. I'm Rufus, of course. Don't believe a word he says.
Oh, we get to say both anyways.
I am Rufus. He's lying. I am Rufus. They're both bold-faced liars. I am Rufus.
Oh, great. And now, can the real Rufus give me some sort of proof?
Of course I can.
I know something the others twos definitely don't. Do I know anything the other twos definitely don't? I'm way more handsome than the other two morons. Well, simply trust your heart. Please make up your mind times any other. I don't think I know anything you don't. Let's try this.
I know something that the other two definitely don't.
Oh? And what's that?
That I cooked breakfast this morning. That we drew beards on both those family habits. Wearing purple underwear. Huh. Did we? No, how could we have? You're wearing purple underwear today. That I cooked breakfast this morning. Did I? I think I cooked breakfast some morning.
That I cooked breakfast this morning.
Yes, that was unusual.
Anyone could have guessed that.
Yes, but not what we had for breakfast.
Easy. We
Well,
have...
I don't think I can hold on any longer.
Rats! Now we're back to square one, and I still don't know who's who.
Okay, so I'm
I am
Rufus.
Oh really? Prove it!
Well...
I'm way more handsome.
Look carefully. I'm much better looking than those two scarecrows.
I can't see a thing from here. You all look the same in those costumes. I need a better clue than that.
Here's the real solution, I think. Let's go trust your heart, and then the real solution has shown itself. Actually, I want to come do this.
I know something that the other two definitely don't.
Oh? And what's that?
That you're wearing purple underwear.
You're wearing your purple underwear today.
Huh? When did you see my underwear?
I think my fingers are slipping.
Oh, great. Now we have to start over again. So, who's who?
I'm Rufus.
I am Rufus.
Oh, really? Prove it.
Well,
We were right about the underwear, I guess.
well, simply trust your heart.
Huh. Let me see. My heart says, perhaps the one in front.
What? No! Forget the bit about your heart. There are more reliable methods.
Alright. I don't think we need to do any more. Save yourself. Let's be noble, finally.
Who cares which of us is Rufus? Just leave us here and save yourself. The most important thing is that you survive.
Ha! He just gave himself away. Exactly. The real Rufus.
That's me. Would never say such a thing.
You're right. That really didn't sound like Rufus. Could it be possible that you changed that much?
The real Rufus.
Will never change. You know that.
Then, perhaps it's just another trick to look good.
No.
It's true. I'm not Rufus, I guess.
It's true. I'm not Rufus. Rufus? That's him. What? Yes. Yeah, sure. He's right. I am Rufus.
Is this a trick? A last desperate maneuver? You know, if I help him, it's too late to change your mind. You're going to fall and die.
Definitely. Just think. How can I be the real Rufus? The real Rufus is never gonna give up. He'll never change. And he'll never let go.
Stop! No! No!
Come on, Go. We need to get out. Come.
Huh?
Hello, Rufus!
What? Barry, what are you doing here?
You were my idol, you remember? And I follow you everywhere. No, seriously, I just wanted to tell you how much I admire what you're doing here. At first, of course, I was shocked, but then I did understand. Brilliant! Really! It was actually the only thing you could do. A genius plan! Even from a philosophical point of view. The ultimate altruistic deed. Huh. Wow! Rufus! The oh-so-resolute Rufus at last finally changed!
Are you ready?
I don't know. Do you really think this outfit is appropriate?
But Rufus, everyone knows you're a Deponian. You remember that, right? You no longer need to pretend. Never again. You can simply be yourself. Forever, Rufus.
But this is totally cool.
Oh, what a nightmare for Cletus to have to be Rufus.
Ah, here come our heroes, the saviors of Deponia. Well, a fine mess you got us into, if I may say so. Your report poses us a difficult dilemma. Naturally, now that we know Deponia is inhabited, our journey to Utopia is cancelled for the time being. But the high boat is destroyed, and the cable is cut. And with so many new citizens, our resources will be used up even faster than expected. What will become of Elysium? Are we forced to land on Deponia? Is that the solution? So many questions.
Probably.
I'm afraid I have no answers for you, Your Eminence. But this Deponian here is a true genius.
Who? Me?
If you're stuck for unusual ideas, his imagination knows no limit.
Go ahead. Any suggestion will be welcome.
But Go?
You can do it.
Well, perhaps we could mount some rockets on Elysium.
Go on.
Or flying dragons. And if we put monster truck tires on a gigantic dirigible...
Monster truck tires?
Then perhaps we could train a few eagles and...
Getting back to those flying dragons, how big would they have to be?
Oh, huge! With very large teeth, and they should breathe fire.
I'm closing my case, there's nothing left to say. Any last questions? I take that as a no. If you feel battered, your whole world is shattered, I may have a helpful suggestion for you. Just grab your harmonica and sing about Deponia. Rufus' dream of a life more ideal, and the fact that sometimes there may be just one last chance to save the day if you let go. And if that's so, I'm off now for real.
Usa is off now for real.
Really? No better resolution than that? Is that really the end? Yeah, they're leaving it kind of open-ended where we could come back to this game, and that's exactly what I don't feel they should have done. 13 chapters was more than enough to tell this story, and they should have wrapped it up a little bit better. I mean, I see no real reason why you'd want to get back to this world. The world full of junk is just a joke. There wasn't like actual items or great mechanical creations that we created with all the junk. We barely even dealt with any of that. Goal is a fine character, but she was a different person in every single game, if not every single chapter. She was just written to the needs of that specific chapter's puzzle. Rufus does one noble thing at the end. The game gives us that. I'm glad for that, but it's not really enough. I would have really wished that maybe the last 2 or 3 chapters had him really start thinking plans through, and if he accomplished a puzzle like we've been seeing, if we accomplished those in a fashion that was responsible and didn't end up with people getting destroyed or hurt, if he really thought things through and started saying, you know what, this is too dangerous, let's do this instead, and he became a better version of himself in the last few puzzles, and that would be kind of cool. But no, he didn't really do that. They wanted to definitely pound the nail with the hammer, if that is a phrase. Maybe I'm just channeling this German to English translation a little bit, but they really wanted to hit on the head the fact that Rufus would never change, he'd never be anything but selfish, and in this one instance he decided to save Goal, which we've been trying to save Goal for every single chapter. Every single chapter was save Goal. There was a lot of animation, as you can tell from these pictures, that would have probably made this a decent cartoon instead. So let's see, if we go to the bonus now, there's a video here that's not unlocked. In fact, there's 2 videos here that, let's click this and see what this is, because Deponia goes disco. This might just be a disco scene, extra scene. Alright. So, overall I think I liked this game, but I didn't love this game. It has a lot of problems. Now, there is another game made by the same company, or published by the same company at least, Daedric, or Daedalic, however it's pronounced, called Anna's Quest, and it's coming out in 2015. This came out a lot earlier, so I'm hoping they learned a lot of things and aren't as cryptic, aren't as weird as we're looking at this disco thing with a bunch of goals and Rufuses, people dancing. There are some collectibles in this game, so the door is open, or perhaps better to say the window is open, that, yeah, so Goodbye Deponia came out in 2013, so I would hope in the next few years that they would have fixed and just kind of improved upon themselves with Anna's Quest. I do kind of need to follow this company as far as point and click adventures, because if I don't follow this company, I don't think there are very many other companies that do make new point-and-click adventures. They've announced they're going to re-release Day of the Tentacle, which will be fun when it comes out, but that's an old game. I'll cover it because I haven't covered it before on my new channel, but, well, as I say, my channel is newer than Day of the Tentacle, so I haven't covered it. Not that I had an old channel, which is not true. I assume if we got all the field guide collectibles, all the eggs that were around, then we would have unlocked that final video, and that would have been kind of nice. There was some collectibles in the other two games too. We can't click on this. We can't click continue. The only thing we could do would be start a new game, and that's if I was going to come back and do Deponia again, I would definitely follow it straight from a from a walkthrough. Just follow walkthrough all the way for every single collectibles, every single achievements. I am fairly certain that there are a lot of achievements I've missed. In fact, I know there are some achievements I've missed because they mention or they describe events that certainly didn't happen in my playthrough. So I missed stuff. Definitely. The balance is just too bad. It's not good on this. As far as just how we did it. I think it sucks real bad that Deponia, the complete journey, is available, but also then Deponia by itself is still available on Steam. I think they need to pull all of the copies of Deponia 1 and Goodbye to Deponia and Chaos in Deponia, the middle game. All of those things need to be pulled from the shelves, digital shelves as they were, because the complete journey is the only way you should buy this game, and I don't think anybody should be confused by that. And they try. They do have a picture that on every single download page on Steam that explains what you get, but I think you should just pull it. Plenty of people do episodic things. Telltale Games in particular does episodic games, but there's no real way you can buy episode 3 without having episode 1 and episode 2 first. It just doesn't really work that way. So maybe they need to embrace their own system, but they need to improve their own menu systems to begin with, because it was a mess. The audio was terrible, particularly in the last couple of chapters. This last chapter by itself is fine. Really, really short. There could have definitely been 2 or 3 puzzles from the previous chapter put in this. But yeah, so I would give this a B rating if I gave ratings, which I guess I'm starting to do more often in games. I'd say it's a B. It's passable. The stories or the comedy was sort of funny, but it got frustrating in times. I wish I understood German so I could listen to it in the German language and see all of that, but there's no real way you could. Let's see. We could start a new game and just listen to it at the very beginning. I'm surprised Wenzel never came back.
Was denn jetzt noch? Sollte das Spiel nicht längst starten?
Ja, schon. Aber die Schrottpresse ist
So,
kaputt. Und da dachten wir, wir nutzen die Zeit
German
für ein
is
Tutorial.
not
Wer
particularly a
dachte das?
romantic
Ich brauch kein
language,
Tutorial.
I would
Und
say.
wie willst du dann die Schrottpresse reparieren?
That would be a little annoying
Schau
to
einfach
listen
zu
to,
und
actually.
lerne. Vielleicht hörst du den...
Du hast hier aber...
Ach komm, zeig ein...
Mal
Yeah, I
sehen.
couldn't sit through that.
Ein freundliches Hussa und herzlich
We have the
das war ein
developer's
sehr
commentary and the collectibles, so I definitely have a thought of doing that. Maybe on the second playthrough I would just skip all of everything. Let's listen to this in German, see if it sounds any better.
Du alte Memme, denkst du hast Probleme, nur weil etwas abwascht die Spüle verstopft. Spar das Gezeter, gedenke der Väter, sie hausten in Armut umgeben von Schrott. Doch wo alles verloren schien, war einer geboren. Er war saustark und lässig, sein Haar saß perfekt. Und mit Großmut und Tapferkeit sprach er, ich bin's leid, macht euren Mist mal allein, ich muss weg.
Ossa, er muss dann mal weg.
So, there's something there, I suppose. Of course, now I have lost my save game because I started a new game. So, if you were gonna try and click all of the videos and listen to the music ones in German, that would be something I might suggest you try to get a better just musical feel of it, because that did sound a little bit better and more balanced. It seems like they didn't spend enough time in the translation as they should have, as far as translating music in particular is difficult. They might as well have just had that guy be in German and then do hard subtitles that were always on. It's almost never worth it to translate a song into something else. So yeah, Deponia. I don't ever want to play a game set in Deponia again. I don't ever want to play a game as Rufus or dealing with Goal. I don't want to deal with any of those other kids, other people in the game, except for maybe the kids. I think some of those kids might show up in like Anna's Quest or something like that, and I thought they were kind of a crossover characters, but I could be wrong. Could be that all of these characters are crossover characters. Too many characters in this game. There was definitely points where Wenzel could have come back. A lot of the characters did come back, but a lot of the characters don't. And if they had reused those same people over and over again and just had it, it would have been probably better use. A lot of little nitpicky things could have been done, but the major things are the obvious things. They need a system where it highlights everything you can click on, all excluding the bonus stuff that doesn't really matter. They need way better balance. They needed to release this game as one whole game and not part of a planned trilogy. Nobody should ever do a planned trilogy. Doesn't matter how big your company thinks it is or how big your company actually is. Planned trilogies, no. Finish the game. And it doesn't even really feel like they finished the story here that much. They could easily come back with another Deponia game, another Rufus and do the same thing, and I don't see any reason why you'd want to do that. 13 chapters is more than enough, and it's a good number for Rufus to end on since he is incredibly unlucky. So yeah, not a lot more than I can say. Like I said, maybe in a year or two, or maybe a little bit earlier than a year, but not anytime soon, I will come back and play Deponia again for all the collectibles. But I've got a bunch of other Telltale games that I need to cover, and I've got a bunch of other games I need to cover, so this is going to be at a very low point. I will probably have forgotten every single solution to every single puzzle by the time I get back to this game. It won't really matter, because as long as I remember that I'm going to go for all the collectibles, I'll just have a collectible guide and follow all of that and try and get all the achievements. I'm not upset for playing this game, I'm just really frustrated. This series has gone on incredibly longer than I realized it was going to. They told me it was going to be about, well, my research on how long the beat said it was going to be about 30 hours, and it feels much more like it's somewhere around 37 hours, maybe even 40. So, pretty long, pretty frustrating. I need your comments down below on how to improve myself on this, because there was a lot of times when the characters were talking and I don't want to talk over them. There's a lot of times where I'm just sitting there spending all my brain power trying to find out the puzzles, and so I don't have anything really that interesting to say. And usually if I do a 20-minute or a 30-minute or even a 45-minute episode, I can find enough to say or not have a ton of dead air, but I felt like by having and needing to go at least an hour that there was a lot of dead air. I felt like it was a extremely laid back experience for a lot of the recordings, where I was just, well, literally I was laid back on it and just kind of chilling, kind of not focusing. So I don't know, for super long playthroughs, this is the type of series that if I streamed games, I would stream myself playing this versus just recording them and putting them up, because a lot of this gameplay wasn't commented on enough, in my personal opinion. Well, I won't go on any further, so as always, I ask you to like this video. I ask you to share it with your friends. I ask you to subscribe to my channel. I ask you to comment if you want to. And I ask you to watch every second of my videos, because all of that helps me with YouTube. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. That takes you to my main YouTube page. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. You can click that and make a donation. Also on my main YouTube page is a playlist tab. Click that, see all the other games I've covered. I have covered a lot. I'm sure there's something there you can click on and watch some of the series I've done before, or some of the series I'm doing right now. Also, down below in the description is links to Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Steam, Battle.net, Tumblr. All of those sites I have pages on. It helps me and it helps you when you follow and friend me on those services. So please do that. Thank you for going through this incredibly long series and putting up with me and putting up with the game. Very frustrating at points for silly reasons. Felt very much like some of the first generation point-click adventures, where there were just ridiculous solutions and very difficult puzzles as far as trying to figure out where the item was and how it interacted with the world. Anywho, thank you for watching yet again. Have a good evening.